Well, Caleb burns through all his extra lives, Bernard tries to reboot Maeve, C shoots a load of bullets, but the only thing that seemed to have more holes in them than J is the fucking plot. 60% of the time, the show makes no sense every time. It's the Watchers on the Couch.
Hey, you want me to try the show intro? You know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Chair Loris, she looks at a chair, she kicks a chair, she sits in a chair. Ooh, want to see how this sits with us? It's the Watchers on the Couch.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We're going to do both. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch. Today we are discussing episode 6 of season 4 of Westworld, Fidelity. I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
Oh boy, Mike. Oh boy. All right, so getting into our spoiler-free initial thoughts. I don't know how spoiler-free they are. Mike, I watched this episode as soon as it dropped. And as I'm watching it, I'm really enjoying it. There's two things where it kind of breaks my suspension of disbelief. It's like, nah, this is kind of goofy. But overall, I enjoy the episode. And we're a day late in recording this. So I've had 2 days to think about the episode since then. And I get more and more pissed off every day that I'm thinking about this episode.
I'm the same way. So on first watch, Sunday night, there were so many times where I was like, well, what, huh? Wait a minute. What, that doesn't. And then I'm like, Oh, no, Daniel-san. Just go along for a ride.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to turn your brain balls off in order for this show to make sense, or not. To make
yes,
not even to make sense, because it's not going to make sense regardless. You just have, in order to enjoy it, you have to not think about it past a surface level, or you only have to be on the lookout for Easter eggs.
Yes. So, and then second watch, I watched it the third time as well. And it's, oh my God, it's almost impossible to just go along with the show and just be like, oh yeah, okay, it all makes sense. You know, like there's, I could go on and on this whole episode about how much bullshit there is. It's fucking insane. I feel like this is exactly what goes on with the show since season 2, because season 2 and 3, I feel like by the time we got this far to episode 6, we're like, there's a lot of things that kind of don't make sense that are, I'm tired of fucking looking past, you know?
Yeah, it's exhausting. Like sometimes it's definitely, there's I think what it comes down to is the writers of this show have an overall storyline that they're going for, and they know where they want it to go. And any of the fine details or coherency or consistency doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is their end goal story. And anything else that doesn't make sense, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard about it. Host biology, not being consistent from one episode to the next, is a big one for me.
I 100% agree. There's even little things in this show, so in the after credits about the making of it and stuff, there's a guy who is like, oh, look, I put the Roman world in the background there. Isn't that neat? That'd be fun. That'll be fun. Be a fucking professional. That's not a part of the fucking show. I get paying homage to things, but I think it's just one of those things that half of the shit they do in this show is just, oh, that'll look cool. Yeah, that'll look neat. Let's do it. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
So let's circle jerk each other around our philosophy 101 class that we took in college that we got a C in, and make a show around it.
It's just disappointing because the production quality is really great in this show, and there's a ton of really good actors. So, but I just feel like the writing is kind of lazy, and it's, I don't know, man. There's it's just disappointing because it could be shown so much better, but I feel like it's a fucking ABC show.
That's the thing.
Now,
Yes, that is the thing. And by the way, I mean, like I said, I still like enjoyed the episode when I didn't think about it. And even as I'm going to shit on this, there's a lot of things that I really like about it. But there's like some things that just really piss me off. And one of the things is, like Mike said, and it's the writing. It's not necessarily that the writing is lazy. It might be that, but it's more, here's the story, here's the philosophy things that we want to touch on and build a story around. It's not that they're being lazy about the inconsistencies or the vagueness or anything like that. It's just that they just don't fucking care about it.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. Because you can't go on this long. You can't go 4 seasons in and have this many plot holes, these many like Chekhov's guns that have never been fired, and like, unless you just don't care about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give them credit. Like, this is definitely a hard show to make everything work. Mm-hmm. You know, like some of the things we get upset about is like the technology and like, how does that work? How does this work? Like some of those things I think are a little difficult to make happen, I guess, or all work together. But then again, like, I think they don't make rules for their world because it's easier. Because if they make these rules, certain rules for the world,
they have to stick to it and they paint themselves in
we can't do that. Yes. Right.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe they just hire the wrong writer's room. Maybe Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan are just assholes. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know you. Maybe you're great people.
Yeah, I mean the everything about like the cinematography is great. I mean, I think we're suffering from the same thing that we had in other shows that have been recorded since the pandemic. It's like everything just feels so fucking empty and like lonely. Like season 3 was really bad for that too. Although I think that most of that was recorded pre-pandemic, so who knows? Well, no, that definitely was recorded pre-pandemic, so that was just a choice they made. But this one, you definitely feel like big rooms, very few characters. And like a lot of the Star Trek shows are like that right now, and it's kind of a bummer. But yeah, I thought that, I mean, I technically, from a story standpoint, the Caleb stuff was well done. It's a novel idea. I like that kind of live, die, repeat kind of storytelling. But it's, in order to suspend disbelief, the only logical conclusion is that Caleb's a fucking moron. And that's disappointing. That's a disappointing character choice.
Yeah.
I like the Bernard stuff. I love Uber Bernard with his 60% of the time. It works every time. It's great. The Rebel stuff, though, is dumb. Oh my God, this was the worst for the Rebel stuff.
Very bad.
And we'll get into it. Mike, I don't know which, what, like we normally do, like most or least important to most important to the show. And there's usually like 3 acts or like 3 storylines to follow. There's only 2 this episode. I don't know which one you think we should start with. If we should start with the Caleb stuff or if we should do the Francine stuff.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if it actually matters, to be honest.
Okay.
I think it's pretty balanced. I think both of them are about the same as far as how the story goes. So,
all right. Well, let's go ahead and start with the Caleb stuff then. So we have Caleb waking up in a cell with Hale. The whole Caleb wake up thing. And this whole thing is Hale trying to, again, figure out what Caleb has that she doesn't have. Like the thing that we're all wondering. Spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't find out in this episode either.
Yeah. Right. He has ignorance. That's what it is. Because ignorance is bliss. Okay, that's what he has.
He's eating the.
If you're a dumb, the flies can't get to you.
That is, everybody's really fucking dumb. That's the problem. Yeah. So she tells Caleb that his time is limited. Sets up this giant hourglass. It's a very cool looking hourglass. I don't know what the practicality of having.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we put that in there? It'd look really neat, right?
I mean, yes. I actually like it. It's silly, but considering the stark sterility of the environment that they're in, it's a good artistic choice that like draws the eye. So I'm with them, but it's not like
I'm with them. It looks great.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's still kind of stupid. But whatever.
Where do you get that? Like you don't go to Pier 1 and pick up that hourglass. Who the fuck?
Well, I think Hale can pretty much 3D print anything. I think.
Oh, that's true.
So,
except a good motivation.
Caleb, wake up! You're late for work.
So Caleb goes into it. Where's Frankie? Where's my daughter? And Hale, like every other viewer of this show, is sick to death of hearing about people's daughters. So she's there. Yeah, she's alive, but she probably won't be for long. So you can shut up about her. Like, my kid died. You don't hear me always talking about how he got blown up. So why don't you cool your fucking jet?
Is that what she's talking about? Is she talking because she does say like, "Oh, you're not the only person who has lost somebody."
I think that is what she's talking about. I think she's talking about her Hale's family.
That just seems so silly.
I don't think so. I mean, I think that's what's silly about it is so I don't know if it's silly. In season 3, Hale Loris gets extremely attached to Hale's family and wants to get away with Hale's family. And then Hale's family and Hale get blown up. And both her husband and her son die. And then she goes complete comic book level villain after that at the very end of the season, which is a weird motivation.
Well, so is like her whole motivation, or at least part of her motivation, that like I don't know, is she angry that her caring about Hale's family was partly in her code, and that's makes her angry?
No, that's the thing. That's the philosophical aspect of this. It's not that her code made her care about it. It's her living as Hale. It's not the machine part. It's the what exists beyond the machine that gets that attachment. Similar to probably what the infection issue that they're having is. Except for, we'll get into what Caleb's excuse for the infection thing is. Okay. But I think it's the humanity aspect of living as a human that caused that. Now, depending on what you think, I don't know if it's ever clear who actually kills her family. I was talking to somebody and he assumed it was Sirach that had her family killed, but I always thought it was Dolores because Dolores was cleaning up after herself.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Dolores too, but I'd have to rewatch that to really know.
I'm not.
I'm with you. I thought it was Dolores.
I assume so because she's the direct antagonist of Dolores in the final episode of that season. Mm-hmm. So that's why I assumed that, but maybe it was never clear. And it's also my theory of why Christina exists and like whatever, like why Hale would even bother to make a Christina is like, okay, well now I have control over you. You're in this box, and now you know what it feels like, even though you don't know what it feels. But yeah, going back to Caleb, Hale informs Caleb that Frankie's alive, and Caleb gloats that, you can't find her. And she's like, no, I got somebody that I sent. And we find out what that is, and that's really dumb.
That's such a stupid part of this fucking show. Like, does she have control of the whole fucking world? I would assume so, yes.
She says she
does. Even if she doesn't, like, she has the resources to do that. She has the resources. You can't find these fucking people. All right. Yeah, especially where we know where they're at now in this episode. Their secret base.
Yep.
All right, let's continue with Caleb. I apologize.
So she drops the smoky glass. We find out that Caleb isn't the first iteration, although she mentions that in the Fidelity, not the Fidelity episode, the one where he's being tested for fidelity. And so I'm completely wrong about my Caleb not being a host theory and thinking that this is still human Caleb that she's fucking with through his implants. Although I think my idea was better. Because, again, the implant thing with Maeve, Chekhov's gun, like, you call attention to it and it never... I guess there's a couple episodes left if there's still a human Caleb around somewhere. but that's a Chekhov's gun that doesn't get fired. It's one of many in this show.
Yeah.
So we see a
It
bunch
doesn't
of
yet.
Right.
So what'll happen is she'll
5
use
seasons
it
of
on a
guns go
host.
off.
Well, she could use it on a host Caleb, and that she could bring him Fidelity or something, or I don't fucking, you know what I mean? Like, because Hale's still printing hosts, so of Caleb.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those get out, and Hale finds him, and is like, "Yeah, I can magically do fucking anything I want for the plot."
Well, she can do that without the implants to a host.
I don't know, to a host, but Caleb is like a hybrid, I guess. Does he act an actual host? I don't fucking know. I would assume,
that's
he's a freaking
problem.
host. He has a brain ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right.
Yeah, they're 3D printing him. Well, we'll get into that because this is some of the problems that I have. So we see a bunch of Caleb's in rooms in various states of fidelity decay. We've got
scary face.
We have scary. Yeah, we have
face.
We have got.
Hell, what'd you do with scary face and Caleb face? They did nothing to you.
Yeah, he looks like got into a
scary
fight.
Face is like, hey, you got any ibuprofen? It was a bit of a pain. When he's like, I told me, and I'm pretty dumb, so don't take I's word for it.
Me not smart like other me. Yeah, so he starts after Hale leaves and drops the screen so Caleb can like watch all of his other selves deteriorate. He talks to the one that has scary face, the one that looks like he got into a fight with Wolverine. And point of view Caleb, I don't remember what his number is. 278, is that what it is?
I believe so.
Yeah, she's printing 279 at the end of the episode.
So let me interrupt you for a second, Tim. So 278, all right? And Hale says that his body is like a temporary body. Like that's what the timer's for. It's only supposed to last a few days. He's not in a body that's always going to work. Like, so his brain, it's not his brain that's failing, it's his body. Like, she purposely puts him in this body that is going to like terminate in a sense.
Does she say
over
that?
a few days? Yes.
I missed that. That changes a lot of things.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean, yeah, because that's why I think Scary Face Caleb, he's mostly deteriorating, not just like, scratching at himself or, it's not, I don't think it's the same as like James Delos type of thing that was going on with him.
That changes everything. And Westworld subreddit, yeah, you deserve to downvote me to oblivion because I was very adamant that Caleb was just another host. So, and that Hale never mentioned that she programmed him to deteriorate, but Mike is correcting me. So I deserve my -18 on the subreddit for.
Well, I mean, the way she says it, like, I didn't realize it till the second watch. And I'm like, wait, he only has a body that's like, he has a body that's going to fail. Like, I didn't take it that way. The way she says it, I forgot exactly the words that she uses. But anyway, let's go with that.
The reason I have a vague recollection of that now that we're talking about it, but the way I took it is when she tells Caleb that he's dead, he's already glitching. Like, he's doing the head jerky thing. I thought like his time was limited because he's failing.
Right.
Not necessarily.
Because that's the way I kind of saw it too.
Okay.
Yep. That's how I saw it the first time I watched it.
Okay.
And then, but anyway, okay. 278, 279. She's been doing this 23 years, right?
In theory.
Okay. And they fail, like the body fails in a few days. So 23 years times living life 365 is like 8,000 something, and you divide that by 3, it should be like 2,978 versions of him.
Well,
so it might be just another thing that the fucking writers didn't think about. There's like, whatever.
It could be that
she started right away.
Did she?
Oh, well, I guess not.
We don't
I would
know
assume
that.
so. Did she just keep it? Oh, all right.
It's possible that she didn't start until she realized that they had an outlier problem and her hosts were killing themselves.
No, but she knew that he was an outlier because of when Maeve and Caleb, when he died, she knew that he was the problem then. She knew, and she says he's the first one. She knew then, 23 years ago, that he was the guy.
Right. And then whatever reason that original Dolores singled him out as an outlier in Rehoboam. So none of that is clear. We still don't know anything about Caleb. It's basically
all right. Here's what I'll just assume. It took her many years to even get to a point where she could print Caleb out.
I would agree with that.
So we'll go with that.
Yeah, because we don't know.
There you go. I wrote your fucking show for you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Fox.
Yeah, we don't know how long it actually took her to be able to do fidelity testing at all.
Right.
Okay.
And Bernard said something about how she, Hale does stuff in the Sublime, and I'm thinking she's talking about hosts, but hey, maybe she does it with the humans too, and maybe it takes a long time.
Hale does stuff in the Sublime, as in he said Hale ran simulations. I don't know if he specified
basically to make hosts.
Right, but I don't know if he specified that she did it in the Sublime because she shouldn't have access to the Sublime.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't. Sorry, I definitely shouldn't have said Sublime.
Okay.
Yeah, simulation. So
it's like, goddamn, what else did I miss?
Because it's two different things.
Yeah. Scratched Up Caleb tells Caleb that Caleb told him that he needs time, which leads Caleb to the really gaudy hourglass. He smashes the hourglass. He finds some little cylinder thing. He's dicking around with it. It pokes him and knocks him out. He, this wasn't an intentional, I'm going to jab myself with this thing. He was just dicking around and knocked himself out. Because he's a fucking dummy. So what that does is it shuts him down, or at least puts him to sleep. I don't know what the difference is, but it does enough to trigger the drones to think that he's failed, and they're going to incinerate him, which I don't know why it would trigger the drones and not trigger Hale. Because you would think if you're...
Well, apparently we learned that Hale is letting this play out.
We do.
But I don't understand what the whole... I get... if he's knocked out, and what's the point of the drone even going in there? And it's so fucking confusing. Why this drone host... It has to look at its eyes and be like, okay, I guess we make a new one now.
We're gonna talk about the drone problem here in the second.
Oh my god, too. Yes. But yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's because Caleb is so dense. He needs the threat of fire coming from above for him to look down.
I don't know. I'll go with it. Whatever. But
it's going to take...
I think the fire took way longer than it should to reach the bottom, but whatever. I'll go with that too. Fine. That's not that big of a deal.
It's a slow burn.
It's silly, but yeah, whoa! Oh.
So, yeah. So they're going to incinerate Caleb. Caleb sees a little scratching on the whatever you call it, the ashy, where the ashes fall through in your fireplace.
Yeah.
And pulls the grate down, falls in onto a pile of ashes of previous Calebs and other Calebs that are in various degrees of incineration / cremation. So that's fun.
I wish one of those woke up.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
So,
hey, am I a bit ashy?
How do I look? Do I look like Hale's arm?
I need some. Hey, you got any lotion? Any sunblock?
So he follows Ashley. We don't need to get into every movement that Caleb makes. Needless to say, right. He follows a series of ashy handprints or ashy or bloody, depending on the scene, to the 3D printing lab. And this is the fun part where he comes face to face with a drone and he beats it to death.
Hold on a sec. Just rewind that 1 second, because that fucking host All right. There's a scene at the beginning of this fucking episode that a fucking drone host knows that someone blinks behind its back. This fucking drone host doesn't know Caleb's running around behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What's
Mm-hmm.
it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whatever. Maybe that one's not programmed the same way. I'll go with that.
Well, maybe the fly had to tell the drone to turn around.
The fly itself?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. The fly. All right. Good point. Got
That's
it.
the problem.
I like it.
Yeah, but that's the problem with this show is it's up to the viewer to fucking try to make sense of it as opposed to like you don't have to spoon feed us everything, but fucking give us something that makes sense as opposed to having like me having to do the mental capacity of your shoddy writing.
I think they do it on purpose. You know, we're trying to find the center of the maze of their show.
Yeah.
All right. It's just like Lost. All right. Lost was named Lost because the fucking audience is constantly lost and they talk about it and have fun with it and create their own shit about the show. This one's a maze and you never find the center and everyone's trying to fucking find the center of this maze of this show. And we're talking
somebody
about
found the center of the maze. Host William reached the center of the maze.
Maybe. Sorry. No. Yes. Let's get to this drone host part. This little fight.
Yeah, it's a great fight. It's one of the best fights I've seen. It also makes me wonder what the drones are constructed from because he stabs the robot in the side and it bleeds out.
And it's basically like surprise, like, haven't not used to this, not little prick in me. Oh, little stabby stab.
Which is enough to make it go down where he can then cave in its skull. So again, this is, and okay, Hale is letting this play out. Maybe she made the drone to be like this. But again, that is a big leap that the viewer has to make in order for that to make sense. Because the entire problem with like the hosts, like we know that the first generation hosts, we saw Dolores's body in season 3, where it's basically like just like a frame. And we know that since then, at the time they start the show Westworld, they've upgraded the hosts, and they have some human like or organic material, organs, things like that. But that's not because they need them to live. It's for the immersion for the guests. Like that is why they don't like die. Like they can be repaired. Because if you could just stab a host in the side and have it bleed out, why wouldn't the host fucking die when it gets shot 6 times in the chest? Because the organs aren't vital. So this thing with the drone is stupid, but fine. Caving in the skull, yes, that should work. But like the drone having pain receptors and like, oh fuck, I've been stabbed in the side. Et tu, Brute?
That's a problem. Yes,
that's a problem. So then,
even before that, before even Caleb has a chance to stab him, he has a stupid little fucking hammer. What are you going to do with that thing? You know how light a stainless steel hammer is that looks like that size? You're not going to get any momentum with that. You're just going to give him a bruise, all right? It's just going to hurt. You're going to be owie. And what do you do? The drone host? Whatever. Anyway, before that, Caleb gets grabbed by the neck by this thing. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't it just do a hail and go, neck's broken. Dead now.
Well,
I'll alert Hale. Since,
there's so many things that should tip Caleb off that this is a trap. Like him being the 378th, seeing dead bodies everywhere and think, oh, Hale didn't look to see what happened to the dead bodies. She just like leaves them laying around.
Maybe.
But okay. Then he gets.
She has bigger plans, so maybe she doesn't like worry about like some of these minor things. That's just what I'm going with about some of these things. Is like Hale it's not even necessary to even worry about some of these things. Like some of the security issues is not even a thing to worry about because she already has control. There's only certain things she kind of wants to know
There's
about the world, really, and that even that I don't know if it's that important. Only Caleb and the Outliers is important, and then Transcendence is important. So,
and whatever's going on with Christina is important.
Yeah,
Provided that's going on. There
so.
seems to be a weird. She has like this hubris and self-confidence in some cases and extreme paranoia in others, and I don't know how that works. I don't know how you merge the two like that. But
Yeah,
she's not a real person, so I guess it's possible. So Caleb, after beating up the host, he goes into a closet where he finds Meet Caleb's wedding band. I'm not sure why that would be there and why the other Calebs didn't take it.
yeah.
That should be another reason. That should be another clue, but okay.
So the only thing about going on this is like it does seem like Hale made this. She planned this.
Mm-hmm.
Like she knows he's going to escape. She knows this. Like that's why she planted that little fucking thing in the hourglass. So he had some hope. Still doesn't fucking make any sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only reason he escapes is because she lets him.
But here's the thing, like when Hale and Clementine are talking to each other, and Clementine's like, he's on the run again, but he won't get far. And then she talks about, humans, and they're just, little bitty things they're worried about, like some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So either Clementine isn't talking about Caleb, or that doesn't make any sense, because Hale already knows what the fuck is going to happen. Or who knows? Well, no, hold on. Actually, after saying that aloud, maybe some of the Calebs aren't going to escape. Okay, that can make sense.
Well, none of the Calebs are going to escape. None of them did. He's the one we find out.
Some of them. What I'm saying is, some of them might not even be able to make it on the run. Some of them don't even. Well, we saw it that some don't even make it out. All those other ones, especially like the scary face Caleb. He didn't make it down the grate. So none of, those other ones never got on the run.
Yeah.
What I was going with, I was like, maybe she's not talking about Caleb. Maybe she's talking about the man in black. And, he's going off his loop and, having Fidelity. But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, it's probably just some of the Calebs don't make it out. And then Clementine, I guess, lets her know, hey, one did again.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'm getting so off track on this and interrupted you.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Keep getting interrupted.
Yeah, so that wedding band could just be there. Like they could replace it every time, just so it seems like he's making progress.
Right.
But he keeps like giving him a little bit of hope to keep going. I don't know.
Right, but
I don't know what path he made.
That's why I think like he knows there's Caleb's ahead of him. Well, he doesn't know if they're ahead of him. But he must know that they're ahead of him because he keeps following handprints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, why didn't that handprint?
But he's Caleb dumb.
K-dumb. Dumb Loris. He's dumb Loris.
Caleb dumb.
So he's working his way through the floors of this building like John McClane, which is nice because Aaron Paul is in talks. I saw this last week before the episode airs that he's in talks to be the lead in the next Die Hard movie. Which is fun because we spend about 5 minutes watching him crawl through air ducts to get to the roof to make a phone call. So I think we already saw the movie, but maybe not.
Yeah. Hey, won't you come to the park, have a few laughs, go through some simulations?
No fucking shit, Frankie. Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Now I have a Caleb.
Ho, Loris.
Now I have a Caleb magic carpet. Ho, ho, ho.
So, yes, Mike got us there. In the air duct, there's another dead Caleb, and there's a drop out of the air duct that he looks down. It's about a 16-foot drop. There's a few dead Caleb. Some died.
Okay, I'm glad you fucking noticed that it wasn't that tall. I think that camera shot, they make it look like it's supposed to be super tall, but it's not. I even paused the damn thing because in this shot,
It's 16
I
to
thought
20
he was
feet.
looking down and it's probably 15 feet.
Okay.
Probably pretty fucking close to 15 feet. All right. From the floor to that cable tray is about 12 feet. If you count the cinder blocks, which are about 8 inches high each, it's about 12 foot.
Or if
Let's
you've
say
ever been in
another
a
3
similar
foot.
sized room, then you know about how tall those are.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Where the
but
ducts are in like
I
in
mean,
an industrial building.
it's possible it could be a lot higher, depending. But they made this shot look. I think this was a lazy part in the production. I think they did the shot purposely to make it look like it was really tall. Because I think that's why Caleb was freaked out. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, he's freaked out because he sees some more dead bodies down there. How the fuck did they even die? They could easily just, if they hung off that unistrut that the duct is hanging on, dude, it's only like a 6 foot drop. So you'll be all right. Maybe 9 foot.
You'll be fine. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Caleb wakes up. He's like, oh, hey, wait. No job. I was just resting my eyes. I wasn't sleeping.
It's not worth it. You have so much to live for the next 3 minutes. And then Caleb tells him that Frankie's alive. Every time Caleb tells another Caleb that Frankie's alive, it's news to them. So this is the first iteration of Caleb where time is of an essence to get to Frankie for a motivating factor. All the rest of the time,
or maybe all the other Calebs are like, oh, your fucking daughter. Yeah, all right, we got it. Look, I'm about fucking dead. All right, I'm tired of hearing about fucking daughter. All right.
I still got Maeve's daughter in my head for some reason.
Use me like your little slut. All the holes. We haven't got laid for 23 years. Come on, let's do this. It's not gay if it's the same people. Hey. I told me that, and I'm no dummy.
What you need is time with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Caleb.
Time with me in the sack.
Caleb windsurfs down on top of another Caleb 16 feet to the floor below, which is enough of a cushion.
Cock to cock.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which is enough of a cushion so Caleb doesn't die on impact. Which, again... He's a robot, but okay. Oh, I forgot the other thing that pissed me off is when he's in the closet and he starts coughing up blood. And it's like, why is a robot coughing up blood? I guess the same reason a drone's bleeding out when it gets stabbed, but it's like, your fucking lungs aren't collapsed.
It'll look really cool if we put that on screen. What do you guys think? Yeah. Uh-huh. It'll look neat.
That's the thing. The only reason hosts cough up blood is for the realism for the guest. Like, it's not because their lung is actually collapsed. It's like what the hosts are programmed to think that this is what death looks like for the entertainment of the hosts. Like, that's why they don't actually have, I don't know how many pints of blood a human body has. But they don't have that much blood in them. Hosts don't bleed out. Essentially, they just have enough blood for realism. So it's not like Caleb has an actual circulatory system. But okay. Okay.
Then he goes through the emergency exit, sends out the fire alarm because that's what happens.
Yeah. And then he gets to the roof like John McClane, and he gets his radio. Or he gets to the radio, which I don't know why there is a radio on the roof. I guess they established that there was a radio on top of that roof, like 1 or 2 episodes prior. It was the one where, I guess it was the one where Caleb dies. Is they said we have to get to the top of that. Like, hey, Hale's got shit at the top of that building. I think if I'm remembering that right, which I don't know if I am. I didn't remember that Hale programmed him to die. So.
I know the building he was working on is different than the building he's at, which I had to go back and watch because I'm like, wait, is this the same building he was working on with that dude in like the first episode of this season?
but it's not. Okay.
But it's not.
Yeah, because
it looks very different.
Because
so.
Caleb's in California.
I guess.
Because there's palm trees there. Or what's left of palm trees.
Sure. But it could be fake. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's the future. It's the year 2000.
Where was Temperance World at?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Temperance was supposed to be in California. Pretty sure.
But Temperance can't be. So, okay, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So he gets on the roof radio. He records a message to Frankie to send out saying that he's sorry he wasn't around. He's sorry he's stupid. And he's sorry that it has to be her to finish this fight and yada, yada, yada.
And you're gonna win.
You're gonna win.
You just got to go out there, Cookie, and give 110%, and that's how you win. All right.
Helmet's not a chair. Yeah, but that's all it is.
Yeah, Cookie, don't be mad about Maeve stealing Bear. All right. She just missed her duta, and that made her feel better having that. So yeah.
Did Maeve take Bear?
No, I'm just making shit up. That's why she is all mad at Maeve.
I blamed you for a long time about my dad and the loss of Bear. He knew a chick punch combo.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's giving the call. He sends the message out, or at least he finishes recording the message, and then surprise, surprise, there's Hale on the roof. It's a fucking trap. And it's not a surprise to the viewer, but apparently it is a surprise to Caleb. And one of the things that I got downvoted on Reddit this week, I need to stay off the Westworld subreddit because it's actually pissing me off, is they said that Caleb obviously knew it was a trap and he didn't care. He didn't. I watched that scene twice. He was fucking surprised. He's like, what? Hale pulled one over on me? So no, you're fucking sorry. You can downvote me to -40, Reddit. Caleb didn't know shit. So Caleb was fucking dumb.
So yeah, he's a dum-dum. But let's even pretend that he's not. Like he's dying. His whole body's dying, and he's glitching. Like he's not thinking straight. So even someone who's very intelligent in that body that's fucking decaying rapidly and in pain. That's going to be hard to even see the trap, maybe. When people are in distress, and worn down, shit, even me working, these past few days and being in the heat, a couple decisions I made, I was like, oh, wow.
I'm not disputing any of that. Everything about that is fine. The part that I'm disputing is Caleb being surprised
that he knew.
That he didn't know, or that he was he literally looked surprised. It's like, how the fuck? And
he absolutely did not know.
Yeah. And that's a problem. It's like, because it's like, oh shit, it was a trap, but it doesn't matter because blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, he could have been, I knew it was a trap the entire time. And it doesn't matter because blah, blah. They could have given Caleb a better moment here by having him be in on it, because it doesn't matter. Like, the only reason he leaves is to get to Frankie, so it doesn't matter if it's a trap or not. And if he acknowledged that, it would have been fine. Anything other than fucking surprise would have been fine, but it wasn't. because the whole that's the other thing I don't get. Because if Frankie's the only reason he rushed out and got as far as he did, like, that was the quid pro quo factor that made him feel like he needed to get out. Why did all these other Calebs leave if there was no Frankie? Because when Hale's there saying, well, you're going to fucking die soon unless you tell me what I want to know, he tells her to go pound sand. Good luck with the next guy. So why did these other Calebs leave? Why didn't they just deteriorate?
Yeah. I don't know. Too many questions.
Yeah, she said that she's been letting all the Calebs do this because he wants to see what makes him so goddamn special, and him and his daughter. And when he finds out that it's just a message for a dumb fucking message to his daughter, she's disappointed, as are we all. And he says, it doesn't matter. They're not the ones infecting the hosts. The problem is her. They'd rather die than live in her bullshit world. She's upset about how her applications are crashing. She thinks Caleb and the Outliers is this MP3 band that hosts downloaded from LimeWire and is giving them fucking computer aids like all of our computers got in the early 2000s. But that apparently isn't the problem at all. The problem is Hale.
They're probably just giving them too many cookies.
Ooh. C is for cookie.
Yep. Maybe C becomes a cookie monster the next 2 episodes. Yeah, she becomes a monster.
But
Predicting
yeah,
it.
well, the problem is Hale's whole operating system is Windows ME, and nothing fucking works on it. So right out of the gate, that's the problem with your applications. So she's
delaying the updates, you know.
should have upgraded to Windows 7 when she had the chance, but she didn't. She said, "Hey, this is the host government, and we're going to work on outdated software for a long time." She gets pissed off, and the whole Caleb experiment's been for nothing. So she snaps Caleb's neck, killing him because, of course, it does. He's a fucking robot, but apparently robots have human spines. His neck,
the way anybody dies makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
And nobody dies anyway.
Yeah.
So
if his neck was snapped as this robot because they don't have a human central nervous system, his head would still work.
You know, I remember a time when Hale might have had a chance to do maybe that same thing to Caleb, but she didn't do shit. You know, like when they kidnapped her.
Yep.
When then Caleb and Maeve kidnapped Hale and then she didn't do shit. Like, you just had that piece of glass. Like, she could have just went, it would have been over with.
Yeah. So
It's all Hale's plan.
So Caleb 278 dies with a broken neck on the roof, the farthest any Caleb has ever gotten. There where he lies, let him be buried.
Going to the end of that part of that scene where she kind of looks like she's about to commit suicide and jump off that building. Like, she really looks like she's like, oh, maybe I should do it. No, I'm not feeling like these other people. No, not me.
This is where
bury
you
it inside. Yeah. Just bury it inside. Put it down. You know, bring it down.
So she goes back to the Caleb room and she burns all the Calebs up. She kills 4 Calebs simultaneously because her experiment's been a failure, only to go back to the 3D printing lab and print out another fucking Caleb.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, and
wake him up.
She says to Caleb, like the way she says "wake up, Caleb," she says it way different. She says it like way more like seductive. Like, wake up, Caleb. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely going to do it. That's my prediction.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's going to come true. Yeah.
God damn it. He's going to have a doodle with Hale?
Yep. That's what's going to happen. I want you to give me a duta.
And it turns out that it's Maeve.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why, but somehow it's going to be Maeve.
I don't know. That's how the show's going to end anyway in season 5. Hopefully they have a season 5.
I think season 5.
Even though I talk a lot of shit on this show.
Season 5,
I'd like to still see it conclude.
There's a couple people that said there's a season 5 in interviews. I think Ed Harris said that season 5 is supposed to be the last one, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I thought that was the plan the whole time.
So again, wrapping up this section of the story, I want to say that when I watched it, I really liked this part. It was engaging at the time, but it only works if Caleb's this really, truly stupid person. And not in the way like we as viewers have inside information and it's like we're like, don't go up the stairs, you fucking idiot, the killer's up there. This is not that. The entire premise for this to work, for Caleb to do any of this, is if he's dumb and is completely oblivious to this being a trap.
Didn't they set up that last season that Caleb's fucking stupid?
Caleb is fucking.
Because all last season I thought he was kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. It's like Caleb obviously knew it was a trap. Why? Caleb doesn't know what the fuck's going on any time. Like that's the whole point of Caleb. He never knows what's going on. Why are we giving him the benefit of the doubt now?
Right.
Oh well.
Caleb dumb.
And also, like the whole instigating thing is the hourglass. Hale brought the hourglass in. It's not like some fucking other Caleb got in there, figured out how to make a fucking knockout drug and slipped it in the hourglass.
Yeah. Well, was it already in the room, or did she bring it in when she came in?
I think she brings it in, or at least it's in the room. And Caleb didn't fucking bring it in because he was frozen.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That is strange. Another thing I have a problem with is the way Caleb's scenes are cut, and how, like, when he passes out, he wakes up in the hospital bed, and then when he falls through the grate, wakes up in the hospital bed. I don't like that because it seems like he's dreaming, or like this is not real, or this could be like a simulation thing. But I guess on a second watch, it seems like it's just, hey, this is what happened, for real.
Yeah.
With him and Uwade. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I mean,
I just thought it was odd.
And again, the inconsistencies with host biology. Now, maybe Caleb was engineered to be extra fragile, or maybe not. Maybe that his limited time was because of Fidelity crashing. I mean, you could probably interpret it either way if you wanted to. It was not. Yeah. I don't feel like it was made specifically clear that she put him in a temporary body, just that his body had limited time, which again I assumed was because he was already suffering from Fidelity failure as soon as he found out, as we saw with him getting tics like immediately. So like if he is a regular host, again, the host biology doesn't make sense with the neck snapping. Like why can a host take 12 rounds to the chest, but having their neck snapped is an issue? It doesn't work. Like William, the Man in Black, host William, the first one, automatic rifle, 12 rounds to the chest. But if he falls down the steps, he needs a fucking life alert. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, yeah. That is what they're saying.
Fucking shit, man.
And I think it's
bullshit. It is bullshit. And again, I do like this kind of like this trope in sci-fi of the live, die, repeat. There's actually an episode of Doctor Who from like 2015 called Hellbent that does this very well. And if you are interested in seeing one without a bunch of plot holes, you can watch that episode. You don't even really need to be a Doctor Who fan to understand what's going on. You get the gist pretty quick. I mean, it helps, but if you're not a fan, I think you could still watch that episode and enjoy it. It's called Hellbent. It's from 2015. But yeah, that's it. That's the Caleb stuff. If you think we were angry with that one, and remember, we like this show and we've liked this season so far. And I think we both agree that the previous episode was probably one of the best episodes they've ever done.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But this episode, some cool stuff, some cool ideas, executed unbelievably poorly. We're going to talk about Bernard and Frankie, coming up next, and we'll hear from Chris Nays in our Chris Nays Minute.
All right.
Just a reminder, if you have questions, theories, or corrections for us here at Watchers on the Couch, don't forget that you can send us an email at mailbag@watchersonthecouch.com or leave us a voicemail with SpeakPipe on our website, watchersonthecouch.com, or via the link in the show notes.
All right. Welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion of Westworld, Episode 6. Fidelity. I'm so tired. Regarding the Bernard and Frankie stuff, when we start this episode off, we see Frankie, young Frankie, post Caleb's death, but still a kid, in, I guess, California, I think is what we're supposed to say. I don't know how many cities there are. And I'm not sure if you know.
Uh,
We know there's the city.
no, I have no idea. Like, I don't think they established that at all.
Because I feel like, well, maybe there's not. I guess this is technically pre-apocalypse still. So it could be multiple cities. Because in the future timeline, the way Hale makes it sound and the way Jay makes it sound, they're the last free humans. Everything else is kind of deteriorated. The city is basically like humanity is an endangered species at this point. The numbers are that low. And basically the city, Manhattan, if it's really Manhattan or if it's just a park to look like Manhattan, I'm not sure if that's ever been established. That's basically the protective habitat. It's like the wolf sanctuary for humans. So I think this is before all that happens. So it could be any city. It just has a bunch of drones. This is where people start getting wiped out en masse, I believe.
But see, that I don't know if that really makes any. I don't know. It's just this scene is really weird because first of all, I'm like, why the fuck do they bring Frankie in? They know most of these people are like flying. Most of the people are fly infested, and they know this. They're going to get an outlier. Somehow, they have the technology to know who's drones and who's outliers.
Oh yeah,
With this little tablet
That's a
thingy.
good point.
But they don't know how to use it any other fucking time that it would make sense.
That's a good point.
Anyway,
That one actually.
why would you use your fucking kid to get this outlier when you know there's these drone hosts? I don't know. And two,
She has
like
training. She has more training than Iwate.
how long? Oh, Frankie is not much older. Let's even say it's a year, but no, it seems like it's like very, very recent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, way less than a year from when Caleb left with Maeve.
Okay.
Right before Caleb left, like things were fucking normal. Like he was just working a normal job, doing his thing, and like he'd come home to his wife and his kid. And even Iwate thought there wasn't shit going on. And then all of a sudden, she's willing to take her daughter into this city that's like fucking infected with hosts. And I don't know. They also take him back to. They take Jay back.
Let's slow down
to this random house.
Let's slow down.
All right.
Because what we see, what it opens on is Frankie meeting a young Jay and comes to find out that Jay has a brother that disappeared, and Jay asking questions about the brother is signaling him out to be an outlier. So they try. Iwate shows up and tells him all this, and they're going to extract him from the city, take him somewhere safe, and that's where we get into our Chris Nays minute for this week.
Chris Nays with the Chris Nays minute. Can't waste any time. Got to get right to it.
That's right.
Do you guys expect me to believe that the naked white robots can't tell when a human is standing still that they're an outlier? Or you get what I'm trying to say? That's just dumb.
It is.
Let's see. To answer your question from last week, Tim, no, I'm not high while I record these. And then also we get a scene this week where Caleb and Chair Loris do pretty much the same thing they've been doing. They get in an argument about Caleb's daughter, his daughter. And that's all he can talk about and say dumb things. And then she gets mad at a chair this week. So that was fun. And all I can think about now is chairs. So I hate the chair I'm sitting in. I hope you guys hate your chairs. What's the worst chair you've ever sat in? That's all I got for this week. I'm sorry it's not as entertaining as usual.
No, I disagree.
P.S. I hate chairs. I want to kick one. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks, Chris. No, I think that one was actually very entertaining. The thing is, the chairs, Chair Loris's chairs seem to have more of a complete story arc than a lot of the characters on this show.
Dude, there was even a part where like it was appeared important that Chair Loris was staring at an empty chair. I don't even know why they filmed this that way. I don't understand the reason. Do you remember that? You probably don't. Because it was kind of passive.
It was passive, but I remember. I do remember the scene. I didn't think anything of it at the time because I wasn't like. I did think that it's funny that she's throwing the chair. I mean, I did think that, but
she's probably looking at the chair like, I'm not fucking Chair Loris.
Do you hate your chair, Mike?
It's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah,
I don't like this chair. This chair's a little squeaky. It's a cheap Amazon knockoff of a Herman Miller chair, so I'm over it.
Yeah, mine could make less noise. It could have more cushion.
To answer Chris,
I put another cushion on it.
Oh, more cushion.
So, yeah,
what's
more cushion?
To answer Chris's question, what's the worst chair you've ever sat in?
Oh man, I don't know. I never sat in a human chair, so I don't know. Maybe my bike seat.
Bike seats are pretty.
Maybe
bad.
like the first bike seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially you go for long rides. Ooh, tailbone hurty. Yeah. Wish I had a host body for those rides.
Yeah, I think the worst seat I've ever been on was the Batman ride at Six Flags, because it has that ridge that comes up, and if you're not tight in there, man, that thing slams right into your nuts, and it does not feel good. And then you turn upside down, and then you go right side up again, and you land right on it, and that's not fun either. So definitely the Batman ride at Six Flags. Fuck that ride.
All right.
Speaking of fucking wild rides that are kind of painful, let's get back to Westworld.
Not sitting well with us this season.
Yes.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
They take Jay back to this safe house, which is just a house. It's not that far away, and to be honest, it fucking stands out. Like, there's nothing else around there.
Yes. I have a question about this as far as, like, Uwade brings this outlier in, and she's like, hey, I got an outlier. Trust me, he's not a robot.
Mm-hmm.
How do they know? Apparently, do they have the technology or do they not? So pretty much for the most part, every time they have no clue who robots are. They have no way of checking who's a fucking robot. How do they know he's not a robot? Like, at least Uwade does, but like, how do those people in the house know? They just trust Uwade, like, oh, okay, we'll just go back to whatever we're doing around this little table.
And then again, going back to what Chris says, if they know he's an outlier, how do the fucking drones not? How do the drones not just sense an outlier when it's like, wait a minute, you're not in our system? Yeah. They can't see us if we don't move. They're fucking T-Rexes.
I really tried hard up until this point of this season not to really pick apart the show like I'm doing today.
Today's a bad one for this. It's
so hard.
This episode has a lot of problems. And everybody, like, it is Reddit was tearing into me. It's like, no, this episode is only entertaining at surface level. It does not hold up to any scrutiny whatsoever.
Yeah. It doesn't.
So we find out that Frankie's still messaging Caleb over the ham radio, and that nobody monitors ham radio traffic.
Oh my God, that's a fucking another thing. Like, you could triangulate that, especially with the technology. Like, you could know where this is fucking constantly coming from, this signal. Like, you would know immediately, like, oh, hey, that's Frankie's voice. Or she's trying to reach out to Caleb. I don't know.
It's on a frequency. They have an established FCC radio frequency that they use.
Yeah, that they only use, right? Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
unless Frankie doesn't say anything specific, maybe she doesn't say Caleb ever. I
think she just says Dad. But yeah.
Maybe they're just like, oh, it's some random person that's radioing stuff, but it's still an outlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not anybody's loop to talk on.
She doesn't care about. I guess she doesn't really care that much. Hale doesn't care that much about most of the outliers. I don't know. No fucking clue.
Except that she wants to wipe them out, and she has drones that do that, but she doesn't. She doesn't try very hard. That's for sure. So yeah, she introduces Jay to non-existent Caleb and says, "Oh, I'd always like to have a brother." And Jay gets really pissed off. He's like, "I'm not your brother. And I had a brother, and he's dead now.
I'm your
Zimzer. So keep your familial bullshit to yourself. And I think that's the end of the flashbacks. That's the last thing we see with young Jay and young Frankie.
I believe so.
And so we go to modern times, quote unquote, depending on what timeline you think is modern. And it's C driving Bernard after excavating Maeve in the remnants of the demolition zone, where I guess they were building a new park, or going to build a park. And Bernard does his thing. It's like, yeah, I know exactly where you're taking me to. So she takes Bernard to the Rebel secret fortress. And it's a fortress that really stands out because it's the fucking Temperance Park.
What a great spot.
Yeah.
No one will know we're here.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the robot place.
Let's stay in the robot place where the infestation started. Where it was developed and where it started.
How insane
It's
is that?
fucking dumb. Like, at least go to Westworld.
This is one of those things to where the writer's like, I'll look cool if it's all dirty and dusty in the future time.
The problem is the only reason
They get to reuse the set too. So
they need to reusing the set's good, but the only reason that the rebels are there is because they need Bernard to have access to that technology. So let's put the rebels in the stupid place so it's easier for Bernard to do his thing, to tell this overall story.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish they didn't say it as their base. If they were just like, I don't know, they could have made that way easier. Like they were just, Bernard needs to go there to, get made. But that's not where their secret base is, They know of this place, but they don't fucking go there. It's dangerous. But they take Bernard there anyway, so they can get Maeve back up and running.
But they need the confrontation that happens later.
That would be cool.
So, and the only way that happens is if they do that. So, yeah, Bernard's trying to repair Maeve. C's all pissed off that Maeve's the reason her daddy's gone, and robots don't feel love and all that kind of stuff.
All right, so that I don't think that makes sense. Like Caleb doesn't ever say anything to Frankie when she's young about like, hey, this relationship. This robot that I knew, Dolores, she gave her life up for us to be free. There's also my friend Maeve, who is still alive and had a relationship with her. These robots do have feelings. Some of them do. Hey, there's some bad ones and there's some good ones, just like people. But I guess C doesn't see that. C doesn't see it that way.
Well, I guess if you lose your daddy after he runs off with a robot, that could like taint whatever your daddy might have taught you about robots, maybe. But
yeah,
Wade obviously knew who and what Maeve was. But yeah,
see that's the thing too. Like, even if she thought like if little Frankie was like, oh, my dad ran away with her, she stole him away from my mom, but Uwade I would think say something like, no, they're friends, they're going to fight this war. Like, your dad told me all about this war, and told me about Dolores. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, because he had to have told her some of that because she thinks he's paranoid because of all the war stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck this show. So while
hey, look, anything can happen as you get older, and she's 23 years in this fucked up world, of robots just taking over. She hasn't ever. Give her benefit of the doubt. She's never met one who actually has feelings, and positive feelings towards humans and want to help humans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it could change your opinion.
So Bernard takes the opportunity to walk C around Temperance World because they need to get a new control ball because for some reason sand is detrimental to a sealed control unit, but just laying out in the dust for 20, 30 years, not as much. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. Bernard also shows C that Hale used mirrors in Temperance World instead of hats to scan the guests. So that's cool.
As a vanity.
Yeah.
oh, humans are so vain. Oh. I say that stuff's kind of silly. Like, yeah, it's just the line that's used of like, oh yeah, the vanity, like, humans are so simple.
Yeah, the writing.
If they were just like, yeah, like, I don't know, sometimes people look in the mirrors are, it's an easy thing. I mean, just put them here.
Yeah, the dialogue in this episode is definitely not as.
They could have put them on the fucking toilets. Like,
everybody poops.
Oh, I think I got that from somebody else. I don't think I made that line up myself. Just want to say that.
Okay. Yeah, the dialogue in this episode is really weak compared to the dialogue from last week's episode. And like, because everything feels like, boy, this feels forced. This is weak, but
yeah,
whatever.
60% of the time,
the dialogue's good.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have a lot of time with the hookup, the transference of Maeve's corrupted brain ball into the new brain ball, because
he only has USB-A.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they've upgraded since then. It's Thunderbolt or nothing, so they need to find an adapter. Mm-hmm. And even then, you're still limited by the transfer speed of USB-A. So it's going to take a while. And they don't have that kind of time because Jay's coming back. They went all the way to New York and back in the time it took them to go just down the road to excavate Maeve and come back to Temperance World. So,
well, here's the thing I will say. They did take a drone. So those drones could fly pretty fast. They didn't just drive there. Because that's what I thought too. And then on second watch, I'm like, oh, they came out on one of those drones, those flying drones.
Which,
like Man in Black has, at the first episode of the season.
But again, how do you do?
So that could fly. That could probably get you to LA to New York in 6-7 hours. Maybe.
Okay, I'll give you that. What I have a problem with in that case is how do you do anything in airspace in a fucking world controlled by hail?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
or be the only boat in the harbor.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's whatever. Like I said, it's pedantic. This complaint is pedantic. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we all watched Game of Thrones. We knew Baelish could get across the world in an episode, so it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sweat it. But yeah, Jay's pissed off. He informs them that they knew that they were coming, which of course they did because you took a fucking plane, and so obviously they have a mole. It's not. They didn't look at the skies at all. It must be a mole,
right? The drone plane is the mole.
What's this thing flying that's showing up on our radar that we haven't used in 30 years? Somebody must be coming. Fuck, they're on to us. We must have an inside leak. So C goes, oh, well, obviously it's Bernard. She shoots Bernard. Bernard doesn't react or reacts very little. It's like, there's your mole. He's a fucking host. He wants to make drones out of all of us. And I'm not entirely sure where that came from. I must have missed that. Aside from the fact that he showed her where the mirror was.
Because she does show him like the tablet and shows, hey, here's a brain scan of me.
Oh, right. So he does use
and he doesn't deny it.
Yeah.
He doesn't really deny it. He said, yeah. And he says, you just have to trust me. So who knows? Maybe she doesn't make it, but he wants to make a host of her. So she and Caleb can be back together. I don't know.
That's nice. That's very sweet of you, Bernard. That seems to be like a good use of your time right now.
That's what's going to happen. We're going to see Caleb and her reunite, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, after all these years."
Yeah. But Stubbs says, or Bernard says, "Yeah, you have to trust me. I've got a plan, but it doesn't matter." Bernard and Stubbs gets tied up to shitty wooden chairs from Temperance World, which again, they're robots. They should be able to break out of those pretty easily. And
their straps are way too high up. You could just shimmy those off. You got to put those way lower.
Yeah, Mike knows.
You could definitely shimmy
Mike
them off.
knows. He's been restrained a lot.
We could do a test. I guarantee it. We could film it. You put them that high, I'll get it fucking off. You tie it as hard as
That
you
would
want.
make a great TikTok.
I'll make it work. But you tie it lower, you gotta make it tighter than your shoulders.
But again, if you're a robot and you've got
I'm an expert on tying people up.
if you have hydraulic arms, you can probably get out of them.
Yeah, see, even if that. So I'm just talking about a human. But yeah, they should just be like, brink.
But Bernard,
But that might not work for his simulation, So
yeah, I mean, well, that's the plot armor of Bernard. Anything that they do, any goofiness can be attributed to Bernard's simulation theory.
60% of the time, I break out of this really easy. I'm like, ha! Shoot me again. It doesn't hurt me.
She's like,
But some other hosts, it really does. Just one shot and they're
sometimes
done.
you can just stab one right in the side. But not me. You've killed me many times, but in this reality, you're really fucking bad at it. Bernard says he's not the mole, but somebody on the inside is. He can't tell her who with any certainty. Sometimes it's Jay, sometimes it's his girlfriend. Hell, even sometimes it's Stubbs, to which Stubbs says,
"Fuck you, Bernard."
Which, yeah, okay. So C goes.
I think I like Stubbs the best in this whole fucking show.
I like Stubbs the best.
really
I think
do.
I like Stubbs the best in this whole fucking episode. He doesn't do anything.
I'm being fucking serious, and it's so weird. I don't know. Like, I want to see more of Stubbs. Maybe he's the only person I can trust in this show. Maybe he's the only kind of normal type person.
He's the everyman.
I don't know what it is.
He's the everybot.
Yeah. He's the everybot.
C talks to Jay about how she still wants to boot Maeve back up to get answers about her dad. Jay tells her that she's the only one he can trust because she wasn't on the mission. He needs to go check she needs to go check the perimeters and blah, blah, blah. And he's going to worry about the mole issue.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you go off in the distance and check stuff? Somebody's a robot. I don't know who.
But she does. She takes a walk and she runs into her girlfriend, but now, C's on edge and there's an exchange. The exchange isn't really important, but it's basically the girlfriend says, I don't remember what the girlfriend's name is why I'm saying girlfriend. That, why is this so important to you? And it's like, well, if you were really you would know why it's important to me, blah, blah, blah. So she locks her in a room in case she is a robot, because robots can't kick down doors. And
I don't know. This place wasn't built to last.
right. No, yep, that's true.
So shouldn't be able to just break it open.
You would think. So we go a little further in time after we've had some more time with Caleb. Jay's going in to check on Maeve and probably kill her, but C's already there. They have a chat and a drink, and Jay mentions that she's like a sister to him. Oh, which immediately gives him away because
Dun, dun,
he
dun.
never wanted to be her sister. He must be the robot. And we get the fucking flashback.
Oh, good thing we had that flashback. Oh, even after 23 years of working together against the robots, he still feels that there's no way that she could be part of his family.
Yeah, that is dumb. But whatever.
What an asshole.
He's a real.
I'm glad that fucking guy's
Shit.
dead.
But
What a
but
dick.
we do find out, and I was so adamant about this last episode, and you can clip that, and it's like Tim said, no way they'd fucking do this because that would be fucking dumb, and they did it, and it's fucking dumb. They killed Jay in the stairwell when he was going up to meet the Man in Black by another Jay, another adult Jay, and replaced him. Just like Mission Impossible 2, we're going to do that trick twice. And here's why it's fucking stupid. One, they already did it. And if they were going to do it, there was a way to make them do it right. And they absolutely did not do it right. But the other issue is Jay has been off the fucking grid for 30 years. How did they make a copy of him?
I don't know. Maybe he passed a mirror in Temperance. If that's their fucking stupid base,
That can't work. That can't work because if they're using mirrors from Temperance, then they already know where they all are. They can wipe them out anytime.
Oh my god!
Like they don't have to send an inside man to get Frankie. They already know where Frankie is. They can drone the shit out of it.
Right. Yep. Okay. I don't know. Maybe he passed him here in the Hales, New York, or whatever.
I mean, I guess they could have gotten scanned on another outlier mission. But again, the viewer is left to make some really large logical leaps in order to make this fucking twist work. Even though it's not really a twist, it's. I mean, other people.
Unless they just used, whatever they had from when he was younger
And just extrapolated.
and then just tried to extrapolate.
That doesn't usually work.
That's the only logical thing I can
Every
think
time
of, and that's why it didn't work.
Well, it didn't work. Even when you try to extrapolate what somebody's going to look like when they're older, that's not always what they look like. Like we've.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Apparently, it looks like she can print hosts really fast. At least that's what I got from this episode, as far as like with the Kayla bodies, because in time it seems like it all happens very quickly, and he's like reprinted like very, very, very fast.
Within at least like a matter of a day.
Yeah, or less. I almost think it's less. I would say half a day.
Okay.
Maybe 2.5 hours.
But
I don't
again,
know.
they're only there for a short amount of time. So that's a really short amount of time to get a Jay with Jay's voice and make Jay passable enough to infiltrate.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's dumb. And so they get into a fight, C and Jay tells her that there's no, Maeve doesn't know anything about her dad, but he does, and blah, blah, blah. And about that time, we actually get Caleb's message on the radio saying, "Hey, Cookie," or whatever. Is it Cookie?
No. Yeah. Cookie.
So it is C is for Cookie. Okay.
I guess. I still think that's fucking stupid, too. It'd be way better if it was Francine. How do you, when you have nicknames for kids, that's a logical step to shorten a name,
I agree.
Whatever.
But,
Cookie.
the writers on the show are a bunch of Caleb's, so.
Hey, also, why did Jay give up so fast?
Yeah.
He just because she hits him with that bottle and he's down on the ground, and then he turns with this grin like, you're right. I'm a robot.
Here's Jay. Getting
and not only that, that means she knew immediately. She had a fucking gun to his head. She just bam, done.
Yep. But instead, they get into a fight.
We need dialogue.
We need
That's
dialogue.
what we need. We need fun. Fun around the car.
Whatever. We can't have just like a John Wick fight scene to make her look like a badass. Instead, she empties her entire clip into his chest after she had already...
Not his head.
Not in his head. All...
Like she did when she was a kid.
That's
she could hit somebody in the head.
Well, that's what I was going to say. And also, she had just shot Bernard in the chest, like not fucking half an hour before.
Right.
So it's like, how the fuck is this going to work? But yes, if you were going to copy Jay, this is how the writers should have done it. If you are going to do the cliche Mission Impossible 2, everybody's replaced by a robot, let me pull off my mask cliche thing here, then what you do is you have a callback to the Carver scene where she fucking domes Carver with that toy gun. And you get her on the ground, she pulls out the gun, she domes Jay. You have a nice, clean callback, very satisfying for the character, very satisfying for the viewer, but instead, no. She fucking wastes her entire clip on his chest, and she's about to get toasted. Like everything that they're trying to do about making C a badass character, they fucking ruined. Because instead, we need to have the writers are so in love with Maeve that they have to have Maeve come in and save the day with her gratuitous violence, badass way of killing somebody. And it's fucking weak. This was incredibly fucking weak. I mean, it's nice that Maeve is back online. I like Maeve just fine. fucking bullshit scene.
Yep.
It makes me.
It would have been way better with Maeve just watching, like if she just observed that, like that happened, and then C looks to the corner of her eye and sees Maeve,
because
Maeve's like, "Oh, I'm impressed."
Right, because Maeve saves her and Caleb in the first episode of the season. Now she's there and she sees that C doesn't need protection anymore. But that is not what they did. They fucking failed miserably. This was a big swing and a miss for the Raiders.
Yep.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
It's frustrating.
That and Jay shoots the radio. I'm not going to let you hear this message from your
that's
dad.
a little silly too.
I'm gonna waste this bullet.
I know. It just
Doesn't have to be like
It doesn't have to be like this.
Oh, hey, by the way,
It's complicated.
does fucking Bernard say it's complicated in every season of this show? I bet he does. I bet at least one point. It almost seems like it's a game because he said it.
It's like
this
it's like
episode
Star
as well.
Wars, and I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yes. Yeah. I think I wouldn't doubt it if they're doing that.
Yeah, I did catch it.
Hey, if any of you watchers, listeners know, hey, let us know because I'm pretty sure at least once every season, Bernard has said it's complicated.
If you can tell us where it is in seasons 1 and 2, we'll get the drop. We'll get the clean sweep of Bernard. It's complicated. It's on our soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's gonna do it for this episode.
Man,
I think.
Yeah. Complaining about a show takes a really long time.
Does. We really tore into this one too, and it deserves it. It deserves it. It's not the strongest episode. Very cool stuff in it. Cool ideas. I tore into the Caleb stuff pretty hard in the first half of this episode. It's still good. Like the Caleb stuff's still good. It just you have to suspend a lot of disbelief. The fucking this C shit. Absolute trash. The Bernard stuff, great. I love Bernard. You give me Bernard all day. But everything else about the Rebels and like how they operate is such fucking dog shit.
Dude, when that J and C fight was happening, where the fuck are the rest of the Rebels?
Well, one's locked up in a room.
There's gunshots going on. Like, yeah, but there was a bunch of other people, and they know there's 2 fucking robots in their midst.
Well, they're tied up too.
They're tied up. I don't know.
The only one not tied up is Maeve.
In chairs.
It could be that Jay killed them already.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, that's it for that. Do you have any thoughts about or predictions or anything about the what is it? The next on?
My big
I know
prediction.
we see 2 Halorises.
Do we?
That was also in the very beginning season trailer.
Oh, I missed that.
Yes. It's fucking I have no idea what to think about this. Like, is Christine actually like a Hale in a simulation, like ready to be born as a new Hale? But that doesn't really make sense.
I don't know.
I'm just kind of throwing that out there. But I don't know why there'd be 2 Hales. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, hell no.
And there's Hale. So there's Hale and Hale, and they're looking at each other, and one of the Hales has a knife, and she's holding it down to her side. And their hairstyles are different. So their hairstyles are also different this whole season, in a sense, in certain points, in different scenes.
Has there been multiple Hales this entire time?
So that's what I think so.
Oh, good call, Mike.
Yeah.
Good call.
It's kind of weird.
We'll have to.
So
I wonder if we
I don't
skim
know.
through if we'll see like how many. Like maybe, yeah. So maybe there's one with Christina, and then there's one in the city, and then there's one with Caleb.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's like evil hair where like she has her hair up, and then there's another one where her hair is kind of long, but it's like it's not braided, but it's I don't know, tied off like at certain points, and it's long. So I don't know.
So Mike's prediction is multiple Hales are happening.
Well, that's not really a prediction. I mean, they show me it, so
We don't know
I
the
don't know
context, but
I wish I knew any idea who. Yeah,
but I think our prediction is not that. I think our prediction that we just came up with is there's been multiple Hales the entire time this season.
yeah. That is definitely
my
possible.
theory for the next episode is that this next Caleb that she printed out 389, 380, 388, 370, 379, 279. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck. What are numbers?
Yeah. Yep.
I think this Caleb is going to be a Man in Black type Caleb. I don't think she's going for the full like memory recollection thing this time around. Especially since you mentioned she's being more seductive with her "Wake up, Caleb." I think this is going to be the one that gets sent for.
She says it different. Yeah,
This is the one that gets sent for C.
Yeah, I think she'll use him
as like an actual killer robot.
Yeah,
This is.
Yeah, I think she's done with
this Caleb.
Finding out what
this
he's gonna
Caleb
do.
is her replacement for William.
Oh yeah, because really William is probably on the run. Robot William. What do we call him?
Robo William.
Not business.
Oh, there's Business Time William,
What?
and then there's Murder William or Westworld. I don't remember.
Yeah, either way, the robot William, I think is, questioning the nature of his reality.
He's on the run because we do see a scene with him.
I think he's going to head to the Sublime.
We see a scene with him at the Hoover Dam in the cowboy getup.
Yeah. Right. Oh, and isn't Lawrence supposed to be in this? I think. Isn't one of the little clips is like where it looks like Man in Black is shooting him in the head? Is Lawrence the mole? I think didn't you predict that before? Or that Lawrence is part of the rebels?
My prediction was that there's either another resistance or maybe it's tied to the same resistance that's led by DeLawrence. And Maya is somehow tied into that.
Oh, okay. I think the Christine stuff is absolutely in a simulation. I think it's a simulation that Bernard talked about how Hale made hosts. She used a simulation first to make them, that way they weren't babies, I guess, when they were born into the real world in a sense, they could live a very long life before they could, go into the real world.
Entirely possible. So that'll do it for this week. Reminder next week.
Let's end this.
Mike. Yeah, let's end this. Mike is out next week. So I think Sarah said she might help me out with this next episode. So that will be fun.
All right.
At least part of
great.
it. So it'll be nice to have her back on. So we'll probably be recording later in the evening after the kid goes to bed. And I don't know if there's going to be actual video. Well, I'll still upload it to YouTube, but I don't know if there's going to be video because I can't record multiple people in my studio space anymore. It's not really set up for that. So we might have to record at a dining room table or something. So we'll see how it goes. And I don't even know if Sarah wants to be on camera. So there's that to contend with. But yeah, we're definitely still doing an episode in lieu of Mike being in Dolly World.
Hopefully I don't come back a robot.
Oh man. Hopefully you don't come back. If you do, come back with Dolly's lower half and your head.
Jolene, my duta, Jolene. Oh,
begging of you, please don't take my brain ball.
Hey, everybody, keep questioning the nature of your reality.
Kick a chair. Until next week.
Hey, if you made it this far into the show, let me just say thanks. It means a lot that you take the time to listen to us goof around, and we'd love to hear from you and let us know how we're doing. Consider leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, or wherever you leave your podcast reviews, and reach out on any of our various social media channels. Links in the description.